Too bad, TT. This is for Mimi. That's what Luna said. Your blanket just came out of the dryer, and Luna's breaking it in for you.
This is my blanket.
This is for me and Oh, it does have a faint apple scent. Washed it using this Bath and Body Works fabric care detergent. Sun-drenched linen. Clean linen, crisp apple, soft musk. It doesn't really have a strong scent. Alright. Full collection available August 2023. I think I paid like $1.50 for it. I mean, I got one for free and then I paid $1.50 for the second one. I would say it really doesn't rate $1.50 worth. Because the scent's not that strong. Hey, TT, Mimi's gonna read you a book about quilts. Luna's enjoying your quilts, but I'll be sure to use a lint broller. Get all the black fur off before I mail it to you in your teeny tiny little box. See? It's just a small box this time. Alright, let's get into it. The Quilt Story. There's a kitty cat. Meow. Let's see. Tony Johnson and Tomie dePaola? Maybe. Oh, this is by Tony Johnson. Pictures by Tomie dePaola. Paolo. I don't know. Alright, let's get into reading. A little girl's mother made the quilt to keep her warm when the snow came down long ago. She stitched the quilt by a yellow flame humming all the time. She stitched the tails of falling stars and stitched the name Abigail. Abigail loved the quilt. She wrapped it around her in the quiet dark and watched the winter skies. Sometimes she saw a falling star. Sometimes Abigail played in the woods near her home. She had tea, her dolls had tea, and the quilt had tea all over it. Sometimes she pretended the quilt was a gown and she wore it to town. Her horse clop, 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 and it tore. So her mother stitched it up once more. Sometimes she played hide and seek with her sisters and laughed and cried, "Don't peek," and hid under the quilt, and everyone found her. Sometimes Abigail was sick. She sneezed and sneezed, and she slept under the quilt, and she felt better. One day, Abigail's family moved away across wide rivers and over a rock-hard trail. The quilt went too, not stuffed in trunks with the blankets and clothes. It kept the little girls warm from the wild winds, warm from the rain, warm from the sparkling nights. They built a new house in the woods. Abigail's father built it with his hatchet, chop, chop, chop. He built her a new bed, chip, chip, chip. He made her a new horse, too. He worked with curly shavings covering the floor, and everyone sneezed and said, "Welcome home," and was glad, and Abigail felt safe. Aren't you glad that you don't have to build your own furniture? You can just go to the store and buy it. New house, new horse, new bed. Everything smelled of fresh chops and chips. Everything but the quilt. So her mother rocked her as mothers do, then tucked her in, and Abigail felt safe at home again under the quilt. Aww. One day, when the quilt was very old and very loved, Abigail folded it carefully and put it in the attic. Everyone forgot it was there. No! A gray mouse came and loved the quilt. Her babies were born on top of it. They grew fat and gray in the warm stuffing. When they got hungry, they ate a fallen star. Oh no. A raccoon came and loved the quilt. She dug a hole in the corner with her black paws and hid an apple in there. No, a cat came and loved the quilt. A patchwork cat. It rolled on the stars and the stuffing spilled out like snow. Then the cat curled up in the snow and purred. Kitty, kitty, called a little girl. She found her cat. She found the quilt, splashed with patterns of sun. Oh, that's not the same girl, is it? I'm confused. The little girl wrapped the quilt around her and she loved it too. Can you make it like new? She asked her mother. Oh, the mother's wearing pants. She's got a scarf on her head instead of a bonnet. And the girl's also wearing pants. So her mother patched the holes. She pushed fresh stuffing in. She stitched long trails on stars to swish across the quilt again. One day, the little girl's family moved away across miles and miles of pavement and snaking gray highways. Wait a minute, there's a big truck. How long was this quilt in the attic? They found a new house. Freshly cleaned, freshly waxed, freshly painted white. They unpacked and unpacked all night, and everyone sneezed on cardboard dust and said, "Welcome home," and was glad, and the little girl felt sad. Aw, what's she sad? Everything smelled of white paint and boxes, everything but the quilt. So her mother rocked her, as mothers do, then tucked her in, and she felt at home again under the quilt. Oh,
it shows her her ancestor right next to her bed.
That must be like grandma or something. Great grandma? Who knows? Abigail. Oh, Abigail. Isn't that cute? Isn't that beautiful quilt? Look, Terry, and Mimi made you a special quilt too. There's Luna. She's like, hey, I thought that was for me. It's got kitty cats on it. See the kitties? It's got kitties. And it's got this gothic vibe, square. Ain't it pretty? It's got fall leaves and little chicks. And then it's got black cats and leaves and skulls. And then on the back, it's got the backing's made with indentations of pumpkins and leaves. See the pumpkins and leaves, so pretty and so soft. And Mimi made one for herself, but this kid here claimed it. Isn't it pretty? But this one has black back with freaking bats. It's got freaking bats on it. See the freaking bats? It's supposed to be more goth. Luna's gonna claim that one.
Oh no, she ain't.
Well, yes, she is. Yes, she is. Look at her. She's like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I got a lint roller. There's a big wad of cat hair. I know you're allergic to cat hair. I don't understand. You got Spanx cats, so. But I'll try to roller it off as good as I can with my roller. I'll pack it up in a trash bag and put it down in here, your box. I hope you enjoyed the book, Tay, the Quilt Story. I love you, Tay. I love your blanket too. I'm gonna enjoy it for a little while longer.
It won't be yours for much longer.
Well, I'm gonna take it to the Ups place tomorrow.
What?
You better enjoy it while you can.